Good morning, everyone. Thank you for joining me for another episode of Inspire. It's so good to see you here. I see you coming in. As you're coming in, I'm going to ask that you begin sharing this broadcast. Listen, we are in a great series, and we want everyone as that we know in our lives to come on and join us. I see my mom here. Good morning, Mom. My mom is joining with us, Joy Grant. That's my mama, and I love her, and I'm so grateful that she's here supporting this morning. And Dr. Wilhelmina Perry is also here. Listen, I see you, I see you. So the shout, come on and shout out that you are watching, you are joining, and again, please remember to share. If you're just joining me for the very first time, if you've never heard of Inspire and you just happen to maybe somebody shared it with you or you just happen to come across the live, I want to tell you a little bit about me. I am your host, Sue A. Webley. I'm the founder of Cara Solutions LLC, which provides administrative production and tech services to small business owners, social entrepreneurs, and faith-based and community-based organizations. And so Inspire, we've expanded our reach a bit. So Inspire is a live interview style broadcast on a mission to encourage, empower, and embolden individuals to create change in their personal lives, their communities, and in the world. And as our guests, our entrepreneurs, influencers, creatives, and others share their testimonies, tips, and tools with us, we hope that you are inspired to elevate your mindset, to pursue your dreams, and to do, as the late Dr. Katie Geneva Cannon put it so eloquently, the work that your soul must have. Right now, we are live on Facebook, LinkedIn, Twitter, and on YouTube. And so I want to give a great big welcome to those of you who are watching on those platforms. And so while you're watching, listen, we want you to connect, follow, like, and subscribe. Connect, follow, like, and subscribe. We are on Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, and on YouTube at Cara Solutions LLC. For now, we are at Cara Solutions on Twitter. And of course, you can head over to our website at www.cara-solutions. Don't forget that hyphen in the middle, www.cara-solutions.com, to find out more about Cara Solutions and more about Inspire. Also, we are on some podcasting platforms. So if you are catching this in a replay and you prefer to take it with you, you want to listen to it as you travel, we're on Amazon Music, Google Podcasts, Spotify, and also on Bullet in Flight Radio, also on Bullet in Flight Radio. So again, while you are joining in, I see you coming in. Go ahead and share. And you know what I do? I'm going to ask you what you're sipping on. What are you sipping on this morning? So, you know I got coffee and I'm manifesting joy this morning. So let me take a sip. I'm manifesting joy this morning. Listen, there's a whole lot of crap going on in the world, right? And going on in our lives. And so we have to find joy wherever we can, right? We ought to be looking for instances of joy in our lives to keep us going, whether that's watching a funny movie, whether that's hanging out with your friends, doing something that makes you belly ache, laugh. Listen, laughter is like medicine. And so let's tap into the joy we have on the inside. I know happiness is fleeting, but joy is something that lasts always. It's in there. You might not feel it, but it's in there. You get to manifest joy today as you're watching. Tell me what you're drinking. Tell me what you're drinking. What are you drinking this morning? Thank you so much. Listen, I see my family coming in. Pastor Joyce Radden is here. Bishop Bonnie Radden is here. I love you, my family. Thank you so much for joining me this morning. Dr. Chella Belcher. Hey, Doc, it's so good to see you on. Thank you for coming on and supporting me. Let me know what you're sipping on. So whether it's coffee, I got coffee in my cup. Whether it's coffee, tea, water, apple juice, orange juice, that good smoothie. If you got a little something stronger, it's all right too. It's all right too. If you got a little something stronger in your cup, I'm not gonna judge. It's good. It's good because it's in the evening time. It's the afternoon time somewhere, and you can have whatever you want in your cup. We don't judge here at Inspire. Okay, so Chella is drinking Holiday Blend with vanilla almond nut creamer that is bringing great joy. Come on, come on. Coffee will bring you joy. Some vanilla almond creamer will bring you joy. Listen, second cup of coffee for Dr. Perry. Dr. Perry, it's early in the morning. You already on your second cup. Listen, listen. I'm just glad that you're here. Don't drink too much. Don't drink too much. Now I know in the first season, those of you who were hanging out with me in the first season, I got teased a little bit because I was drinking decaf. Listen. In my mind, it's doing what it needs to do. I don't want my acid reflux to act up, so I still want my coffee. So I'm going to decaf, right? I make it strong, so it tricks my brain to think that it's the regular coffee. But I'm going to sip on my decaf. I see you sipping on vanilla nut coffee. Listen, come on here with these vanilla nuts. All right, come on. Last week I was sipping on some peppermint mocha, and I ran out of that creamer, so it's just regular old creamer today. But it's bringing me joy nonetheless. It's bringing me joy nonetheless. I'm so glad that you're here. Hi, Kim Rance. You are drinking chai tea. Yes, chai tea is one. Chai tea is one of my favorites. Vonne is in the chat. She says she's drinking whiskey flavored latte. Whiskey flavored. Let me tell you something about. Well, is whiskey and bourbon the same? I'm still learning, even though I love bourbon. So it's like it's right. Listen, some bourbon and some coffee. Come on, let it bless your life. Oh my goodness. Let's see. Ginger tea is good for that. Yes, Dr. Perry. Yes, I'm from Yard, and yes, I know that ginger tea is good. I have some ginger tea, but I need to get the root and boil that down, right? I mean, I love the little packets of ginger tea with the honey, but you got to get the root. You got to get the roots. All right, and boil that down and make your tea from there. What's my favorite sip? My favorite sip is always gonna be coffee. So whether it's always gonna be coffee. It doesn't matter what. No, I'm not gonna lie and say it doesn't matter what brand. I'm not gonna lie. I do like Pete's. I like Folgers, right? Listen, there's a few that Bustelo. Listen, you want that right there? You got to get some Bustelo in your life. The stronger the better. So I love dark roasts. So the stronger the better for me. The stronger the better for me. Thank you again for joining. I'm so happy that you all are here, and I see that you are also tagging people. Pastor Joyce, don't do that to me. Don't do that to me. Okay, so Pastor Joyce and Bishop Bonnie are telling me that thumbs down to Folgers. Thumbs down to Folgers. I like Maxwell House too. So, listen. As long as it's not no frills. I don't listen. I don't want to put like 5 spoons of coffee in my cup just to taste anything. So I can't do the no frills. And listen, and I used to brew my own coffee. So I used to have like the coffee maker that ground the beans and made and percolated the coffee. And that was like the best coffee ever, right? But I do not have that anymore. Listen, if somebody want to gift me, I'm not going to be opposed. If you want to gift me a coffee maker that could ground some beans, I would drink better coffee. I would drink. That's country. Wow. My family is coming for me today. It's all right. I'm just glad you're here. Thank you so much for tagging people and joining us. So if you were here last week or if you missed it last week, we spoke to Anthony Lovejoy. We kicked off our Crushing Those Goals series with life coach and mindset strategist Anthony Lovejoy. And if you were here last week, you already know that was an amazing conversation. And if you missed it, I'm going to invite you to go ahead and look on my Facebook page and the videos, or head over to Spotify, and all of those platforms that I mentioned before. And please listen, because Anthony really gave us some great insight about personal development and the steps one needed to achieve personal development, to achieve their goals in personal development. He was just an amazing guest. So I invite you to go ahead and take a listen to that if you missed it last week. But today, somebody say today. I know I feel churchy. Today, we have Vonne Williams, the financial consultant and educator. Listen, Vonne is responsible for Cara Solutions. I will always give Vonne credit because it was Vonne's coaching and wisdom and support and love that enabled me to have the courage to venture out and actually create Cara Solutions and actually LLC it and do all the things. And I'm not where I'm supposed to be. Listen, I'm still not where I'm supposed to be, but I'm so grateful to Vonne for the ways that she nurtures, for the way that she coaches and nurtures, and is a cheerleader for entrepreneurs. And it is really the work she is doing, the work her soul must have, right? She is doing the work that the divine called her to do because she is helping so many individuals succeed and prosper in the area of entrepreneurship and finances. So I'm going to read her bio, and Vonne, if this if this is not updated, you could fill in anything that I'm missing. But this is the bio I have, and so this is what I'm going to read. So Vonne Williams is an investor, international business coach, and tax accountant committed to supporting entrepreneurs and young adults in creating generational wealth for themselves, their families, and their communities. When the market crashed in 2007 and after a very bad divorce, later in that same year, she found herself broke and living in her minivan. From that experience and the lessons that she learned, Vonne dedicates her life to forwarding others and herself in living the best financial life through personal development and methodologies. Coaching is her passion, but she also enjoys researching stocks and real estate opportunities. Vonne has a thriving tax practice in Harlem, as well as being a part of the Social Change Agents Institute. While being a change agent, she travels to South Africa to collaborate with entrepreneurs in Johannesburg, Mafeking, I hope I pronounced that right, and Cape Town. Vonne holds a Bachelor of Science degree in Electronic Technology from Norfolk State University, a certificate in Audio Engineering and Production from the Institute of Audio Research, and is a certified holistic life coach. She also spent 6 years in the United States Army. Thank you so much for your service as a communications officer. She serves as you still the chair? She serves as the chair of the Board of Deacons and the chair of Stewardship Ministry at a church where she shares a message of abundance and speaks at numerous public schools and not-for-profits throughout the country, encouraging others to dream big and follow their passions. And so as we prepare to meet Vonne today, let's take a look at one of my favorite shorts that she did some time ago. I think it was 2 years ago, but it was one of my favorites. And she talks about reaping and sowing.
What's up, visionary? Listen, there's a season of sowing and a season of reaping, but these two seasons do not occur at the same time. If you plant an apple seed today, you won't get apples next week. If you plant your apple seed today, you may not even see the tree until 2 seasons from now, and then you'll see the apples. Everything happens in due season. There's a season of sowing and a season of reaping, but they do not occur at the same time.
Wow.
Good morning, Vonne.
Wow. Good morning. Wow. Oh my gosh.
I know that was some time ago, but it was absolutely one of my favorite shorts because we don't think about it, especially as entrepreneurs, right?
Right.
Even as people that that want to do better in the area of finances. It doesn't happen right away. There's steps that even when you plant the seed, there's some steps that you have to take to plant the seed so that the seed flourishes, right? So that the seed is not killed at the root.
Absolutely.
So that it turns into that apple tree. And so that's absolutely one of my favorite shorts that you did, and listen, we are here to plant that seed, to plant it in good soil, in good ground, to water it and make sure it has all the right atmospheric elements.
Absolutely.
So that it can grow and mature into that apple tree.
So Good morning. Thank you for that amazing intro. Yeah, I gotta update my bio. That one is a little, yeah, it's a little outdated.
It's a
So
little,
I gotta do that one over again. Thank you for bringing that to my attention, though. I didn't even, got so much going on. Didn't even like that's the last thing on my mind. But I will
mhm.
fix it.
Thank
So
you.
if you decide to have me on again, it will be updated.
Yes, we will have you on. We will have you on. So the first thing I'm gonna ask you, I see you're already sipping, but you don't die broke. What are you sipping on this morning, Vaughn?
I am sipping on whiskey flavored coffee from 787 coffee shop in the Bronx. They're all over Manhattan, but this one is near where I live in the Bronx. This is, it's amazing. I heard you talking that you love coffee. The stronger, the better. This particular company roasts its own coffee
Wow.
here in Manhattan. So
Hmm.
I stopped and I patronized them this morning to get me some of that whiskey infused Joe. And I'm with you. The stronger, the better.
Yeah, the stronger.
Woo! Cafe Bustelo is, yeah, we can do that. We can definitely
Listen,
do that.
listen, listen, listen. If you want to be up for like a week,
Exactly. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. It's great for the tax season. And let me also say that I got me one of those grinder coffee machines. It grinds the coffee. You put it in the little
yeah.
barista thing, and you can make your own lattes. That was my favorite toy. I bought that for myself for my last birthday. Get you one.
Listen. But
Get you
that's
one.
that's hearing like the sound of the grinding.
Mhm.
It's just like it's fresh.
Absolutely.
It
Oh,
hasn't been sitting in a container or in a box, right?
nope.
It's fresh, and there's nothing like some fresh brewed coffee
Man,
from
listen.
freshly ground beans. There's nothing.
Listen.
Listen, I thank God. I thank God
Listen. Listen.
for creating the coffee bean and then giving us the intelligence to put that coffee bean
Mm.
into water. Hallelujah.
Amen.
Add some hot
Amen.
water to it and made a
Amen.
brew. And then somebody decided they wanted to add cream to it and some sugar. I thank the Lord today.
For he is good.
What have you been up to? What have you been up to, Vaughn?
Well, I'm getting ready or ramping up for the tax season. First day to
Mhm.
e-file is Monday.
Okay.
So that's just kind of where my all of my focus has been. We are coming off of 2 or 3 very tumultuous
Mm,
tax seasons,
hmm.
and this year we're praying that it's going to be a little smoother. It's going to be, we don't have as much stuff going on with, stimuluses and
Right.
advances and this sort of thing. So
Right.
we're praying for a smoother season, and really preparing for different kinds of clients,
Okay.
for more clients,
Yes.
and yeah, just and also, helping other entrepreneurs.
Hmm. Hmm.
I've been in contact with a lot of entrepreneurs here in the last few weeks, helping them put their foundation together. When I say foundation, I mean like getting an LLC or an S corp,
Yeah.
putting their payroll in place, getting their bookkeeping in place, um, and just and making sure that I stay with them at least once a month
Yes.
to so that they can stay on top of their business.
Hmm. Hmm.
If you're not taking care of your finances, your business will
Yes.
blow up, like self combust from the inside out, and then you don't have a business anymore. Like I feel about businesses going out of business like some marriage therapists feel about divorce.
Hmm.
Like it can be fixed or it
Yeah.
can be prevented. There's somebody that I really 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 love, and he despises divorce because he feels like it can be fixed,
Yeah.
and I believe that he can probably fix it. So, that's the way I feel about entrepreneurs. Like let's get a good foundation, like you said. Let's till the soil and nurture the soil, right? And
Yeah.
plant the seeds and
Hmm.
get the foundation and water the seeds and like take care of the fruit,
Yeah.
right?
Yes.
So that we can so that the fruit can produce more seeds to
Yes.
plant, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, that's like, that is my passion. And when you were saying that a few minutes ago, I'm just like, oh my God, she's gonna make me cry. I can't do that right now. It's too early. It's too early. It's too early. Let me get me a sip. Let me get a sip. So yes, that is my passion. And anybody who wants to start a business, like, talk to somebody. Hmm. Talk to me first, and let's
Yes.
figure out what kind of structure that you need. Not all businesses um, need an LLC, and
Mm.
some businesses an LLC is not going to be enough.
Mm.
So we need to turn you into a corporation off the bat.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, but that doesn't happen until there's a conversation, and we read and we watch TikTok, and then we watch YouTube videos, and this,
Yeah.
that, and the third, and all of that gets really like turned around in there.
Yeah. Yeah.
So talk to somebody, talk to me, talk
Yes.
to a
Yes.
professional. Yeah.
Listen, I'm saying talk to Vonne. Talk to Vonne. I know I need to go back and talk to Vonne because there's some areas where I'm just not the strongest in my business, and so I need to, as I am in the season of taking care of me,
Mm, mm,
right? Going to
mm,
therapy and taking care of my
mm.
mental health and taking
Yep.
care of my physical health. I
Mm,
want to take care of the health of my business as well. And
absolutely.
I know that it's not where it needs to be, right? Because I'm stressing. I know I'm not supposed to be stressing over my business. So listen, if you were watching or catching this in the replay, listen, hit up Vonne, okay? Hit Vonne up if you need your taxes done. Hit Vonne up,
Hit me
because
up.
I need my taxes done again from last year. I'm so bad. I was sharing with my therapist, and then we're gonna move on. But I was sharing with my therapist that I'm a creative.
Yes.
And so it's really easy for me to sit there and create something. That is just, woo, the ideas,
Hmm. Absolutely.
and it doesn't help this ADHD brain. It's just the ideas, they're
Yeah.
flowing,
Mhm.
and so it's really easy to create. But when it comes to the finance part of it, the business part of it, that is my challenge.
Absolutely.
That is my challenge, and it's like pulling teeth. It is a
Hmm.
chore
Right.
because I'm just like, if I didn't have to do it, I just want to give it to somebody else. I want to give that
Absolutely.
to somebody else, honestly, because I
Absolutely.
just don't know how to do it. And so, but it's okay because
It is okay.
I can give it to somebody else,
Mhm.
and while I'm learning, right? Because I don't think that there's as an entrepreneur that there should be any part of your business that you don't know about, or you don't know,
Exactly.
to at least, if you have to jump on and do something yourself, you should be able to do that.
Hmm.
But practicing wisdom says that you get the right
Mm.
people to do the things that you are that is not your area of giftedness,
Right. Right.
right?
It's true. It's
Right?
true.
Yeah, I see someone. Hey, Dave. Yes. So Dave listen, he's just such a creative. Like,
Yep.
he's amazing.
He is
And yes,
amazing.
so he's agreeing with me that it is a chore.
It is.
It is a chore.
It is. And that's why you hand it off to somebody like me.
Yes.
And that's why Cara Solutions, does my website. Because if it's left up to me, it'll be a picture of me, a dollar sign, and all of my information on one page, and it'll be bad. It'll be very, very, very bad. So hand it
So
off to the creative,
yes.
pay the creative, and I'll go and crunch some numbers because that's what
Yes.
I'm good at.
Listen.
Okay.
So we gonna talk some more after this. Vernie Williams, I see that you are on. Can you
That's
hear
my
now?
mama.
That's your mama.
Yeah, that's my mama. You was talking
Good
about your
morning,
mama? That's
mama.
my mama.
I
Turn your
hope
volume up, mom. Turn
Yes,
your
I hope
volume
that
up.
you can hear. I hope that you can hear now. I hope that you can hear. All right, so let's get into our conversation. Thank you again, those of us who have joined us, and will catch this in the replay. So you are, you're a business and money coach,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
And I think that you've already kind of talked about some of the ways that you help your clients, but can you get a little bit more specific? What do you do as a business and money coach, and how do you help your clients?
All right. So, again, a lot of us have ideas. We have great ideas. And so then we just kind of go and do it. Now, this is just my experience, not like I'm right. Okay. And so we go do it. We'll just use t-shirts, for example. I'm going to go and I'm going to make these t-shirts. I'm going to go and sell them. All right, cool, bet. Now, tax time comes. It's like, oh, I made this much money and I want to report this on my tax return. Mm-hmm. And so then I'm going to ask you, okay, well, how much money did you make? Oh, I don't know. Okay, now. So how much did you invest in the t-shirts and the printing? Oh, I don't know none of that. Mm. Okay. Do you have any patents on do you have any trademarks? Do you have like okay, explain to me your process. Oh, I just got this idea. I printed up the shirts and I went and sold them. Okay. Where did you sell them? Oh, I was just out on the street in New York City. Do you have a vendor's license? A what? Okay. So now we got a bunch of problems, right? Mm-hmm. First and foremost, there's no structure. So if one of your t-shirts happens to not agree with somebody because something got on the t-shirt in transit, pick something, right? Mm-hmm. Oil, dust, something like that. And one of your t-shirts happens to, one of your customers has a reaction. And now they want to sue you. Mm. And they're going to take all of your personal assets. That's your house, your car, any other property that you may have, your bank accounts, your children, like all of it, right? Because you don't have any structure. Mm-hmm. You don't have an LLC, a corporation, any sort of business structure in place. So now this business is doing okay, right? But now it's kind of like you have a house, beautiful house. Got beautiful furniture in it, got some fly fixtures and all of that. But the first time that it rains, it starts to sink. And why is that? Because there was no foundation. There was no foundation under the house. So now we got to figure out how we're going to slide a foundation under this house. Wow. All right. Now, can it be done? Yeah. But it's not smart and it's expensive. Mm-hmm. Or we're going to have to tear the house down and start all over, which is even more expensive. Right. So what I do is people will come to me and say, hey, I want to start a business. I said, okay, bet. First and foremost, I'm going to ask them a bunch of questions and I won't get into the particulars. And I'm going to suggest what type of structure that they may need. All right. If it's real estate, I'm probably going to suggest an LLC. If it's a smaller business, I'm probably going to suggest an LLC. But if it's a business that's going to make over like $250,000, even if you're a consultant and you're making over $250,000, it's probably better that you put yourself in a corporation. Mm-hmm. Okay. And why is that? Because it's going to give you the protection that you need, right? So the limited liability LLC is going to give you protection that you need against liabilities. If you have this in place, then your personal assets are not vulnerable to the liabilities, right? Mm-hmm. And then I'm going to, ask the person, well, how are you going to structure your accounting, right? Now, some people are cool with the spreadsheet. That's fine if that works for you. I say get some sort of electronic accounting system, and I have my favorite.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. They don't endorse me, so I'm not endorsing them.
Mm-hmm.
Whatever. So, but it's a private conversation between me and during a consultation.
Yeah.
And then we're gonna structure that. So we're gonna get the business structure, LLC, S corp, whatever, right? We're gonna get an EIN, which is an employer identification number. Employer, well, I'm not gonna hire anybody, right? But you need it to get your bank account. So
Yes.
then we're gonna go get a business bank account. Then we're gonna set you up on your accounting system. And then you're gonna walk away and you're gonna pay me to take care of this.
Yeah.
Give me monthly, weekly, quarterly, daily. I don't care. It could be yearly, but you need this in order to file your taxes. Now let's go back a little bit. When I was talking about the structures, there's tax benefits and there's also tax implications, right?
Mm-hmm.
To your structure. If and again, that's during a consultation. But people think that their rent or their mortgage is their biggest bill, and it isn't. It's taxes. Taxes is all of our biggest bill. If you don't believe me, those of you who are higher income earners, look in box 2 on your W-2 form and see how much taxes that they took before you got your money.
Yeah.
It is probably more than you paid all year on your rent or mortgage, or at least close to it. And so what I do in the business is help you lower your tax liability. Because if you're making $250,000 or more in your t-shirt business,
Mm-hmm.
you're going to be taxed like you would not believe. Okay. And again, I won't go into all of that stuff, but I will say this. As a business owner with the t-shirt business, the tax law is written for you. Hear me, people. The tax law is written for business owners. And it's eye-opening for Black and brown people.
Mm-hmm.
When I say to them, okay, now you own this business. Do you know that this tax law is written for you? And they go, wait, what are you talking about?
Right.
There is no law that is written for me. Okay, got it. So let's take race, gender, all of that. Let's take all of that out of the law. This tax law and put you in as a business owner. The tax law is written for you. And they go, wow. So yes, this is another reason why I do what I do, because it levels the playing field.
Yeah.
It levels the playing field. In business, and the very basic one is that businesses provide jobs. So if businesses provide jobs, the government doesn't have to take care of people. Real estate owners provide housing. So now the federal government or the state governments don't have to provide housing for people who don't have housing or jobs.
Right.
So being in business, you partner with the government, right? And I know that this is a very far-fetched idea, but think about it. We partner with the government, and the government gives us tax breaks, right? We partner. If you think, and I'm gonna take it a cut deeper. The tax law is written by whom? Business owners, politicians, people who are sitting in the Congress and office, and Senate or House or whatever. They all own businesses or real estate. Think about that. So yes, they're going to write the law to benefit them. But guess what?
It also benefits us.
Come on, girl. Come on. Come on. So why won't we take advantage of that? Why won't we as business owners?
I don't think many of us, well, many of the smaller business owners, I don't think
They
really
don't.
know.
And that's why I open up my big mouth every chance I get. It's not about some of it. Okay. Some of it is trying to, get business in for myself, but
Right.
for education. And this is like the very basics of it.
Yeah.
Like this rabbit hole is so deep. We don't even have time. But the very basics of being in business are you get to take advantage of the tax law. It doesn't say anything about big business, little business. It says business.
Yeah.
And if you are doing a thing or reinvesting, spending money for your business in the pursuit of income, it's ordinary and necessary. You need it to make that income, then you can write it off. It lowers your tax liability,
Yeah.
right? And it's some of that money is taxed very differently. There's earned income, passive income, there's ordinary
Right.
income. They're all taxed very differently. And so now Now, when the going gets tough,
Mm-hmm.
because it does, you know that probably better than I do, that the going does get tough.
Yes.
And then you ask yourself daily, what am I, fill in the blank with some 4-letter words. What am I doing here? Right?
I've been there more days I can count.
Exactly.
Yes.
Exactly. And let's what reason number are we on? Reason number 4 or 5 why I do what I do.
Mm.
Because I love working with entrepreneurs. We are the most resilient people on the planet. We get kicked in the throat every day, at least 4 or 5 times. Anybody else would quit,
Yeah.
and we don't.
Yeah.
We don't quit. And when you do want to quit, that's where my coaching comes in.
Mm-hmm.
Because at the end of the day, at the end of all of it, if we got an idea, if something dropped into our spirit, it is us who it is supposed to do that.
Mm-hmm.
Right? God's spirit dropped that into us. Source dropped that into us. It is us who is supposed to carry that out for the people on the planet. And if we quit, it's selfish.
Yes. Wow. Say it again. Say that again.
If we quit, it is selfish. All right. And not that we're going to be famous. We might, but there's a group of people that we are to serve. And, for me, it's small business owners. It's entrepreneurs, startups, people who want to get started, who want to stay in business, who want to provide for their families, who even want to have a side hustle just because they enjoy it, but they've now turned it into, something that they can be profitable with.
Yes.
And people have business ideas all the time. And it doesn't have to be something extravagant, grab a hold of the low-hanging fruit.
Yes.
If you are an admin at your job, outsource yourself as a virtual assistant. Virtual assistants are out here getting paid. You understand me?
Yes. 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 Yes.
They are getting paid. Outsource yourself, as it doesn't cost that much to be on Fiverr. Outsource yourself on Fiverr, but get paid, of course, more than $5. But
Right.
that's easy.
Yeah.
And again, there's plenty of people who have started businesses, consultants who need somebody to, do their admin. I'm awful at it. And I can't do what I do if I don't have people helping me.
Right.
So, if you're a tax accountant, if you're a coach, if you're a consultant, again, a virtual assistant, you make t-shirts, you do flowers, you cook,
Mm-hmm.
you sing. Hey, Minister Dave, if you sing, right, get somebody to do the stuff that's not your, your level of gifting, I suppose.
Right.
I don't know.
Right.
So, I just talked a lot.
Well, you talk some good stuff, though.
But, I want people to be encouraged. It's hard.
Yeah.
I don't, there's a lot of social media influencers that are glorifying it, right? And not for nothing, I flex a little bit when I can.
Yeah.
But it's not. They're struggling too.
Mm-hmm.
They just have enough income, or they've built themselves up enough where they can hire other folks
Right.
And then they can be out here glorifying, lifestyles and whatnot. Right.
Yes.
But we're not there yet. We still got to pour a little bit more water and fertilizer and plant food on our babies, on
Yes.
our plants. Right. So,
Yes.
and we'll get there. We'll get there. But yeah, people want to build generational wealth.
Yeah.
Having businesses is a way to do that.
Yeah.
And so, yes, I come sit down and talk to me. I'm not a therapist, right? So, if it get to be too deep, I will point you in another direction, right?
Right.
Because I do have a therapist that happens to be an entrepreneur as well.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So she gets it. You know
Yeah.
what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah.
And if nothing else, I know a lot of people. If I can't help you, I will
Right.
point you in a different in a direction. So
Listen,
yeah,
yeah.
that's pretty much it for me.
Yeah.
I love what I do. I would not trade it for anything else. Getting kicked in the throat every day and all.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
know?
Yeah. And we
Yeah.
could tell, but that makes you good at also at what you do. And it also inspires so many of us, individuals that you work with, because when they see your passion, it kind of feeds theirs.
Yeah.
Right. And
Yeah.
so it's a wonderful thing. And so today, and so as I see your question, Dr. Perry, I'm going to make sure that we get to that before we end. And so I do want to invite those of you who are watching with us right now to post your questions for Vonne, and we'll make sure that they are answered. So of course we're here to talk about crushing our business and finance goals. But I want to talk about, we talk about money. You mentioned money many, many times. That's what
Yes.
you do. But
Yes.
why is money such a tough topic?
Huh.
Why is money, why is it uncomfortable to talk about money?
Okay. So I will speak from a Black and brown perspective
Mm-hmm.
because that is the one that I know.
Yes.
That is the one that I am familiar with. I know what it does. At one point, we were the currency
Mm,
in America.
Jesus.
At one point, we were the currency in America. There's an internal conflict from being the currency and coming through, Jim Crow and Reconstruction and the Great Depression and, the turn of the 19th century, to the Civil Rights Movement and all of this thing. So absolutely digging ourselves out of the dirt. Even working for ourselves, maybe, and still having to pay the landowner more than 50% of our sharecropping to rent his land, right? Okay. Coming from and I'll just start from what I'm familiar with. Coming from the Great Depression, where there was never enough. Not never, but there just was not enough. There wasn't enough. And that conversation is passed down, just like generational wealth trauma is also passed down.
Wealth trauma.
Yes. If there's not enough,
Wow.
even though when it gets to be enough, we are afraid that somebody's going to come through and take it. That's our history. Okay. So it's a mind shift that there's plenty. Okay. There's plenty. There is plenty.
Mm.
There's plenty. Did I say that? There's plenty.
Yeah.
And moving away from some of that, right? Into where we are now. We have resources. These children, millennials, zennials, whatever they call themselves, have access to everything.
Mm-hmm. And
we beat on them for being disrespectful, because they are. But their outlook is like so broad.
Yes.
And so even though I want to strangle most of them, like I watch what they do. They'll take the social media and the TikTok and all of these things, and they watch what the rest of the world is doing.
Yes.
They're not caught up in politics. They're not. Their conversation is not, there's not enough. Their conversation is, I can do whatever I want.
Yes. Jesus.
And that is, for some of us, a little disrespectful, but I'm going to let them have it because I want them to, it's going to be them that's going to break this thing.
Right.
Of this conversation around not being enough, not being enough, not having enough money and not enough food, not enough water. They're going to be the ones that's going to break that. So it's a conversation. And those of us who kind of came along in the 60s and the 70s, where the conversation was, there's never enough, or there's not enough, and no, you can't, and this money is burning a hole in my pocket, and I'm going to work. I finally got a good job, so I can pay my bills, live in a nice house. But whatever came in went right back out. There was no conversation of investing. None, right? Small businesses, yes, but we as entrepreneurs are people who can't keep a good job. Some of that might be a little true, but that's because our brains work different. We're being an employee, it gets to be hard.
Yeah.
It takes a level of maturity to go, okay, this is just, this job is my investor in my business, not just the thing that pays the bills.
Right.
So there's a mind shift, and the more that we talk about it, right, and the more that we keep it at top of mind, and the more we see ourselves or we catch ourselves, all right, cool, I just need $1,000 so I can get through the month. How about let's invest a little bit at the time, and then when we get a little bit more, we can invest in the bigger thing, and then we can invest in the bigger thing. And then maybe we can invest in somebody else's business, and then they give us a piece of it. And then we can get a rental property.
Yeah.
And we get paid every month for something that we ain't really doing. That's the other thing.
Yeah.
We think that we have to do something.
Wow.
To get money. The wealthy know that you get to be something in order to get wealth. And that's where it's going to start to shift.
Yeah.
It's going to start to shift when we get it in our mind, get it down in our soul and our spirit, that we get to be wealthy. We get to be abundant. And being wealthy and abundant does not necessarily mean that you have a lot of money.
Yeah.
Being abundant and being very wealthy means that you're happy, whole, and complete, whatever that looks like for you. For some people, it's a lot of children. For some people, it's a healthy marriage, right? For some people, it's a thriving business. For others, it's having people that love you around you, right? And so one of my friends, Mike Lewis, posted the other day. He just put it on, I am a very wealthy man, on his post on Facebook. And I was like, wow, you really are. He's doing very well. He and his wife have, a couple of, salons or whatever. He's got beautiful children. They have a wonderful home. He is living his life. He is a very wealthy man. And if we would say that to ourselves, I'm a very wealthy man, woman, leader, whatever. I'm very wealthy. If we would say that to ourselves, then we get to be that. And all of the other stuff just kind of happens. I say that at the end of my Facebook lives every Monday and Saturday at 9:20 a.m. here on Facebook, whatever. I want to pray for you abundant health, abundant wealth, abundant love, abundant happiness, right? All of those things. And then above all, abundant joy. You mentioned that. Where's your coffee cup? Where's your coffee?
Right here.
Right here. Abundant joy, right? Well, not don't ever. Yeah, abundant joy. And inside of all of that joy is everything else that you want. Abundant joy. Joy brings you wealth. You get to be be something, not
Mm.
do something. Yeah, we got to do something, of course. Yeah, that goes without saying. But if we are wealthy, I am wealthy in my spirit, in my health, right? I am abundant in everything that I do. All of that, the money comes, it just comes, you know. I have an abundant business, right? It is thriving. It is
Mm.
doing exactly what I want it to do. And then the clients do come.
Yeah.
Clients that I never thought about. I'm like, who are you and where did you how'd you hear about? Oh, somebody said something about you in some group. And so I just looked you up on Instagram and I found you. And so here we are. How can you help me? Never in my wildest dreams did I
Mm.
think those kinds of things would happen, because I'm not on Instagram that much. I
Yeah.
try. I'm on Facebook a little bit more, but I'm only on Facebook twice a week.
Mm-hmm.
So, I'm not posting every day.
Right.
So when I said before, there's a group of people that we are to serve. When you get yourself in that abundance, wealthy, like, being, they show up.
Yeah.
Build it and they will come. No, be it and they will come. Yeah,
Be it,
be it.
and they will come. We're gonna take a break. We are gonna go over time. You have time, Vonne? Because
I have a little bit of time. Yeah.
all right. Can we go and can we go for another I don't know, half an hour? Can we do
It's gonna
till
be
10:30?
tight. It's gonna be tight, but
It's gonna be tight.
it's
All
gonna be
right.
tight.
All right. So I'm going to try to get you in before that, before the half an hour. But this conversation is so rich, and I
Yes.
want to make sure that we hit talking about goals, and I also want to make sure that we get those two questions that I have
Okay.
that the audience members posted. So we're going to take a quick break for you guys to take a sip of something, whatever, take another sip of what you are sipping on, and
Mm-hmm.
we'll be right back to continue our conversation with Vonne.
If I fall behind on one more thing today, I'm going to call it quits.
Is your workload leaving you frustrated? Is overwhelm hindering your performance? Do you have too many to-dos on your to-do list? Call Kara. Just one phone call with a member of our team will have you feeling less pressured and more productive in no time. Our job is to make your job easier. Focus on your passion. Let Kara handle the rest. Hey y'all, hey y'all, hey. Thank you so much for hanging out with us. Of course, I want all of you who are watching and those who you are inviting to make sure that you connect, follow, like, and subscribe. Come on, we want you to be connected with us because we don't want you to miss anything that's happening with Kara Solutions or Inspire. So we are on Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, and YouTube at Kara Solutions LLC. We're on Twitter at Kara Solutions. And of course, you can always head over to our website at www.kara-solutions.com. Don't forget that hyphen in the middle. Also, we are on a few podcasting platforms. We're on Amazon Music, Google Podcasts, Spotify, and of course, Bullet in Flight Radio. If you want to take it with you, if you want to re-listen to any of our episodes that you might have missed, or you just want to take a listen again because there was an episode that really that you really related to and you wanted to hear it again, you can certainly do that by following us on Amazon Music, Google Podcasts, Spotify, and on Bullet in Flight Radio. Want to big up, of course, Scott Michelle's Teas and Things for always holding Kara Solutions down. And so we have some inspired swag on the website. Again, you can head over to the website at www.kara-solutions.com to get your T-shirts and your cups and all of that good stuff. Scott Michelle, they do provide custom items, and so they have held us down since our inception, and we're so grateful to Sky Michelle Teas and Things. Listen, if you are an entrepreneur, influencer, creative, or other individual on a mission to inspire others like we are, we want you to be our guest. We want you to be our guest. If you know someone that you believe should be in conversation with us here on Inspire, let us know about them. So you can visit us again on our website at cara-solutions.com/inspire. On that website, you can fill out a guest intake and also choose a date where that you are available to appear live with us. And so listen, we want to hear about your story. We want to hear about your story. We want you to come on and help us inspire our listeners. And so visit us on our website, or you can email us at inspire@cara-solutions.com. As you know, we are in our series. We're in our series, Crush Those Goals. And next week, we're going to talk about health and fitness. We're talking about health and fitness with Stephen Webley, who also happens to be my big brother. So he's going to be here with us. He is a professional fitness. He's a pro athlete. He's a pro athlete. I believe he's a sergeant major. He's a bunch of things. But he's going to come to talk about how we can crush our health and fitness goals next week. And so I hope that you've been enjoying this series so far. We are going to get back to our conversation with Vonne. And as you know, I like to do a little video as we bring our guests back. So let's take another listen to Vonne, one of my other favorite clips from Vonne, as we welcome her back.
Listen, entrepreneurs, if you can in your business find an area where there is scarcity, a demand, desire, and urgency, you can increase your income in leaps and bounds. Demand, scarcity, desire, and urgency.
Welcome back, Vonne. He's like, where do you find these things?
It's all right.
Hunt.
Thank you. I appreciate it. It's all good.
I went on a hunt, but that was such good advice for entrepreneurs. So let's talk about finances again. What can you give us a few of the core areas where we should be making goals in the area of our finances?
Okay, so I want us to get away from retirement. I want us to get away from that as well. Is it a good thing? Yes. But we are living longer. And so we are having to work until I know that I can't draw Social Security or whatever until I'm 72 years old.
Wow.
And so that means that probably people will have to work that long until they can retire, whatever that is. Mm-hmm. And we might outlive our 401ks, 403bs. We might outlive that. Mm-hmm. So we want to start investing, right? So especially as entrepreneurs are making money, yes, reinvest in the business, but also have like passive income things that are going to bring you income when you want to stop. Because I don't know, a lot of people, yes, people are still, traveling and having fun at 72, but I'm sure that we can have a lot more fun at 60, 61 if we want to stop working. There's a reason why police officers and, corrections officers and those kinds of jobs retire you after 20, 25 years because it's a lot. But that doesn't mean that me as a tax accountant, if I work for somebody, I might want to stop at 55 because it's stressful.
Yeah.
And so I want us to get away from retirement. And like I just said, where entrepreneurs are concerned, absolutely see a financial advisor. I have quite a few in my arsenal that I work with. Mm-hmm. See a financial advisor. Make sure that you have life insurance in place, especially as an entrepreneur. Yes, it's an extra cost because you have to pay for it, not your employer. You have to pay for it, but love yourself enough to get it. Love yourself enough to have life insurance. Have term and whole if you're young enough.
Term and whole
if you're young enough. So yeah, I want us to life insurance and investments, and the retirement will take care of itself. You can stop whenever you get ready.
Wonderful. Yeah. So for the entrepreneurs and those who desire to become entrepreneurs, what are some examples of realistic and achievable goals that they should be setting to either start or grow their business?
First and foremost, you can't quit. You got to press through.
Mm-hmm.
You've got to press through and realize, understand your season of sowing. Get your foundation. Understand your finances. That's a good way to go out of business, is not understanding your finances.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And put in systems. Put in systems in your business. And if you don't know what those are, it's okay. It's okay. You will develop your own system. Some people like to buy like CRMs and this sort of thing and platforms, and that's cool. But if your particular industry doesn't have that, you make one. Make your own system. Yeah, systems are going to save your life. Definitely.
Wonderful, wonderful. Thank you so much. What tools, and we're going to get to your questions, so don't worry about it. We're going to make sure Vonne answers your questions. So if you have them, post them. We'll make sure that she gets to them. What are some tools that you have personally used to help you achieve the goals that you set for yourself in business and finance? And so can you share any practices or rituals, any books, any podcasts that you listen to?
So, my ritual is, pray, meditate, get yourself grounded first, show gratitude. Like that first energy when you wake up, you get to give that to yourself. All right. Get yourself grounded. I can't stress that enough. For me, it's praying and meditating. For some people, it's working out. But put something back in before the world starts pulling at you. So get yourself grounded. Point blank, period. I like the Secret to Success podcast. That's my all-time favorite. That's Eric Thomas and Associates. E.T. the hip hop preacher. He's my ultimate favorite. That podcast is my ultimate favorite. Books. I like The Go Giver. The Go Giver. And I can't remember off the top of my head.
The Go G-O Giver?
G-O Giver.
Okay.
All right. There's a free one on YouTube that you can listen to. It's a couple hours long. It's a good read. It's a great read. And every time I get a physical copy, I can't keep it in my hands. I always end up giving it to somebody. Like, you need to read this. But The Go Giver is one of my favorites. Right now, I'm listening to Lisa Nichols. Gosh, why can't I remember the name of that? Oh, man. The name of this one is, Abundance Now. I'm listening to Abundance Now with Lisa Nichols. And I tend to listen to other other podcasts that I'm in places where I'm not really strong, like Nikki and Moose. There's another podcast or YouTube show that I watch. It's called Nikki and Moose. Nikki and Moose. And they talk a lot about social media, marketing, behaviors, and this sort of thing. So I'm not real good at that. So I listen to them because they're social media influencers, period. And they've been successful. And I can reach out to them. They're also friends of mine. So I can reach out to them. They will answer me. Those are my go-tos. Those are my go-tos. When I need inspiration, I'll pull up a Lisa Nichols clip on YouTube, and I usually get myself, back right again.
Wonderful.
And she her experience is a little similar. She found herself, without a home. She has pulled herself up by her bootstraps. She stayed with it. She did a lot of work for free so she could learn. And now she has taken her business public, and you can invest on the stock market. So, and that's eventually going to be one of my goals. But definitely get yourself grounded. Listen to my my little clips on YouTube.
Yes,
I
definitely.
drop them. I drop them every now and then for business owners just to get them in a foundational type thing. Um, and I do like QuickBooks for my financial order, if you
Hmm.
will. I do
Hmm.
like QuickBooks. So, and I do have affiliate links or whatever. Um, and then, I use industry specific systems in my business, Tax Dome and, my tax office and those kinds of things. So find your system, find the thing that's going to make your job easier or
Yeah.
make it so that you don't have to do like the stuff in the background, that you get to
Right.
do your thing and be creative. Yeah.
Right.
Did I answer the question?
Yes, you did. Yes, you did. And for those of you who are watching right now on social media, I have posted those links. So the link, well, they're mostly for the books. I also posted some of the podcasts that Vonne mentioned. So check your chat so that you can get those links and get those resources. So we do have two questions
Yes, I'm listening.
that I want to make sure that you respond to. So Dr. Wilhelmina says that I've seen so many make 501c3 corporations, and I understand that our communities have many needs, but I wonder if their effort might be good in a business for profit structure. Can you speak to this, please?
Absolutely. So yes, there are plenty of not-for-profits out there. But usually a bigger not-for-profit will have a for-profit business attached to it.
Mm.
There are plenty of not-for-profits that own Burger Kings and Subways.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
And other franchises, or have a business, a coffee shop or something attached to it. You'll find coffee shops in churches. That is another revenue stream.
Mm-hmm.
And so there's a way to structure the for-profit business such that it feeds the not-for-profit. And so that is, like, I've seen it all the time. I've helped some people set that up. And that's a good way to keep money flowing through the
Mm.
not-for-profit so that it's operational and it can do what it does on the street or on the planet, rather. You know what I mean? So
Right, right.
there's a way to structure it that you can attach a for-profit to it. Mm-hmm.
Oh, thank you so much. I hope that answers your question, Dr. Perry. And our second one is from Kim Rance.
Mm-hmm.
And Kim says, how does my business build credit?
Woo. Well, that might take a little investment. The first way to start building business credit is to get merchant accounts like Uline, Staples, Uline, Staples, Home Depot, but you can also get a credit card with Home Depot. And those kinds of things where, you're going to be buying things that you need.
Mm-hmm.
And you set up, like, a net 15, net 30 account, net 60. And then you get those items. Make sure that it is your business name with your EIN, which is why you also need an EIN.
Okay.
And then those businesses like Uline and Granger will report to Dun and Bradstreet that this business is credible.
Mm.
That's like the easy way. And then, of course, once you get your EIN, see if the bank will give you a business credit card. Once you go, because they all do it. The banks all, if you go and open up a business bank account, they're going to offer you a credit card. If your personal credit is strong, you'll probably get the business credit card, right? Mm-hmm. And you can, begin to use it and pay it off. Use it and pay it off. And eventually your business credit becomes strong. If you keep doing that, get you another credit card, get you another credit card, get you a small business loan, just so, for some working capital, a few $1,000s, something that you can handle to pay back. Because that's the other thing. You got to pay your bills on time.
Right.
Pay Uline, Granger, pay your net 30s, net 60s on time. Pay your credit cards off on time, or pay your credit down on time. There's a myth, not a myth, but we say keep your credit card usage from 30% and below. Try 10%. 10% will give you better ratings.
Mm-hmm.
So, don't spend more than you can. If it's something that you were going to pay cash for anyway, like paper at Staples or gas in your car for your business, or gas for your van for your business, use the credit card and then pay it off with your cash. And that's a great way to start building business credit.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And it sounds to me like that whole seed in the ground apple tree thing.
Absolutely.
So it really does. All of those steps kind of build up your tree.
Yes.
Thank you so much for sharing.
Yes.
So you have given us such great insight, such great advice today. What is one piece of advice, right, that
Mm-hmm.
you have received, the best piece of advice that you have received, and how did it change your life?
I always remember my mom telling me an ounce of prevention is worth a pound of cure. She's been saying that to me since I was a little girl, like little. And basically, that means that proper preparation prevents poor performance.
Mm-hmm.
So if we stay ahead of our life, if we stay ahead of our businesses, etc., then it will, like, everything just kind of goes. And when there are hiccups and bumps, it's not so catastrophic, right? So do your bookkeeping. Just do your bookkeeping. Stay on top of your tax returns. Just do it. Pay somebody if you have to. If you pay somebody, that just means that maybe you're gonna have to work a little harder to get. You may have to do one more tax return if you want to pay somebody to come and clean your house. Do you understand what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So prevention is the key. Preparation is the key. Catching up will kill you. Catching up will kill you. So, and catching up will kill your business.
Mm.
An ounce of prevention is worth a pound of cure. We want to prevent it, not fix it.
Prevent it, not fix it. I love it.
Mm-hmm.
Such sage advice from your mom. We're so grateful that your mom has joined us today.
Yep.
Thank you for joining us. Vonne, can you tell the people where to find you?
All right. So you can go to www.vonnewilliams.com. It is a beautiful website that Cara Solutions put together for me. And from there, you can find the coaching, the business structures, the tax preparation, everything. My tax website is thetaxbarinc.com, thetaxbarinc.com. And also you can find me on Instagram, all social media, Vonne Williams _ don't die broke. Well, I'm not on Twitter, so don't do that. But you can find me on YouTube, Facebook, and Instagram, Vonne Williams _ or Vonne Williams # don't die broke.
So if they put Vonne Williams, you should be able to, you should pop up.
Yes. Vonne
Yes.
Williams. If you Google Vonne Williams, all of that stuff will come up. YouTube, Instagram, the whole nine. So, yeah.
Wonderful. Thank you so much for hanging out with me and hanging out with us, and for just setting us on the path to make better goals and achieve our goals in the areas of business and finance. Even after watching this, y'all, if you still have questions for Vonne, feel free to post them or seek her out on social media or through her website, and she will respond to those questions. She will respond.
I do respond
to those questions. Trust
do.
me. She's not one that will kind of ignore you.
No.
But thank you again so much for joining. We look forward to having you back. We're gonna have you back.
Absolutely.
Definitely.
I can't wait. I'm humbled and grateful that you asked me again to be here with you. It's always a pleasure. It's always fun. Thank you again. Thank you
so much. Have a good one. We love you.
Too.
All right, bye-bye. So again, next week, listen, we are in our Crush Those Goals series. And next week we are having Stephen Webley, who happens to be my big brother, and he's going to come and talk about crushing your health and fitness goals. Crushing your health and fitness goals. We want to make sure that you join us next week. And so, of course, when we're talking about health, we're also talking about nutrition and all of those things. So if you have any type of goal in the areas of your health and fitness, we want to make sure that you join us next week. Thank you. Thank you, my friends. Thank you, my family. Thank you, my followers, for hanging out with me, hanging out with Vonne this morning on Inspire. We look forward to seeing you next week. And until next time, I want you to stay uplifted, stay motivated, and most of all, I want you to stay inspired. Until next time.